going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, September 30th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all very much. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday. Let's take a look at the horoscope. I do think that we get a little relief today, so I will say that. We do have Venus locked and loaded here in Libra, second day. Sun in Libra. They're getting close together. This is definitely illuminating a lot of the relationship aspects in our life. It can go from one extreme to the other in Libra. So, it's interesting just thinking about Libra. I was thinking about this walking to my office to do this horoscope, is the Saturn exaltation and how it takes lifetimes to find balance. It takes time. Like we never just, we think we find it and then we realize that, oh, this is out of balance. This is out of balance. Like, it's taking one step at a time on this great journey with the moon in Sag, which is out of Scorpio. We don't have two luminaries and a planet in fall. Like things, it's just the sun in fall now, right? Venus has been liberated into her domicile, and the moon is out of fall position in Scorpio, and it's going to sextile starting off the day to Venus, but also with that sextile to the sun today. So it's just much lighter hearted energy overall. It can definitely bring up a lot of relationships, like Sag wants to amplify. It's bringing up beliefs, opinions in a lot of ways, but it's this journey. So we're definitely feeling somehow through the last few days the expanse that can take us on our journey, where things can go. Mercury's getting ready to stop and go direct here in just a day and a half. And it's, just locked and loaded opposing Neptune, which can make us feel like we're going crazy. Honestly, it's not an easy transit. So we need to be very gentle with ourselves mentally and realize that there's still a lot of expanse that can be put into alignment. There's still a lot of harmony that can come. I think the more positive we can be, the better today. And I think overall we can just feel a more positive approach to where this big adventure is going. Even if we don't have all the answers, trust me, a moon in Sag here, we can think we have all the answers and everything figured out. It's step by step. There's going to be something that throws us out of alignment in the future. That's just life. It's cycles. But I think that it is about looking at the beautiful things in our life that we do have, that we can grow here, that we can sort of, venture out on. Like, I don't think we want to confine ourselves right now, even though it can feel like confining. We do want to kind of expand things, and especially around people. Relationships are very important right now. It's going to be a very interesting time for relationships, so they can be going on either ends of these scales, from one extreme to another, either really, really positive alignments or the expansion of how out of alignment aspects are within people in our lives. So it's kind of all over the place. Mercury opposite Neptune is definitely not bringing a lot of clarity, and Venus opposing Jupiter here, retrograde too, that's building up. That people can promise us the world right now. I feel like, I believe this is going to happen, and I know that this is what you need, so we still want to be careful about what people think we need. I think that we have to also remember our own stories here and kind of know our own power from within, so that we can, see the big, landscape in front of us without, the water being a little muddied from other areas. But on the flip side, this is where the opposition comes in, is we got to find this sweet spot. Sometimes other people actually do have the right medicine for you, an answer, that you can use to empower yourself. So, it's using your own discernment and the facts that are happening in your reality, in your day-to-day life with people, and, factoring all that in, because we can be a little dogmatic and be like, no, you don't know, I know. Well, we might actually miss out if we're just completely stuck in that. But still remembering it's your journey too, and you got to make defining moments happen for yourself. That doesn't mean people aren't here to help, though. We are seeing Mars come to that third decan here, and Mars is slowing down, going to retrograde at 25 degrees, of course, a month away, October 30th. So we're 1 month away from that big, retrograde that's going to bring a lot of changes. October's crazy with eclipses and a Mars retrograde, and Mars is really starting to square over to that Neptune as well. So coming off the trine to Saturn, we've been talking about this. Like, it is the the grind. It is the getting up this mountain. It is the persistence. It is the adaptability. It's all these different things within ourselves that are going to give us victory, that are going to make everything worthwhile. But we can feel like we're almost at a spot where we just want to escape or give up, and we just can't do that right now. You just got to keep pressing in whatever way that is for you. Now, for some people, it's going to be, making big moves happen. For other people, it's just finding peace within yourself and quieting the mind so that you can see the ultimate vision without being, too foggy or too unclear or too wishy-washy just within your own self. So you definitely want to remember these aspects as well. And, tomorrow's a big day. Saturday's a big day with the moon that's going to oppose Mars and square Mercury and square Neptune. So we're coming into a weekend that's got a lot going on with Mercury stationing direct. I think this Friday is definitely a gift in many ways, that can bring a lightheartedness, that can bring something, that can just bring some overarching, truth into life that can help you find the balance and alignment. Could come through a person, could come through a person in a way you weren't expecting, because Venus is in Libra, and it also disposits that North Node, still within a 5-degree orb of Uranus. It's very interesting, Well, we want to be paying attention, to what people have to say and to how people are feeling. And I will say that Mars square Neptune can be extremely overly compassionate and forget about itself. Like, it can dissolve our ego in many ways. So, gosh, it's going to feel hard to push this next month. We still have time with the backup with Saturn here. We want to use that. And we want to remember that alignment comes over time. And to see the positive side of life. Because that's all we get sometimes, is carving out those positive moments of happiness and abundance and feeling, I don't know what I did there. Anyways. Done with that anyways. Is carving out those moments, So today is definitely about finding that wide open kind of expanse, but also paying attention to the truth, staying persistent and dedicated for alignment and for harmony and beauty. And it's hard to get that right now. So I think we're all kind of feeling like the scales are out of, whack in our life in some way. For others, again, it's going to be more, and we all have little different things going on here. So you got to figure out what it is in your life that needs that alignment. Today could bring that big aha vision. It's very intuitive with the moon in Sagittarius. So, in some ways, when you do get that intuitive hint, you really do want to trust it. So that's one thing too. Pay attention to that. Appreciate you all in the chat. The Hierophant reversed. I don't know, it's interesting. We can be too stubborn in a way or a belief today. And maybe that's where somebody comes in and checks us. And maybe that's where somebody comes in with that truth, and where I think relationships and people are very important. And we can't be too dogmatic about things. We can't be too one way, or just I know the best way all the time. Like we sometimes got to be honest with you guys. We're human. We make mistakes. We don't always know, right? So if someone comes in and they say something and you feel it, and it's like, oh wow, that actually does resonate. That hits. Instead of just being stubborn or pushing it off or feeling attacked, maybe take a minute to let that sink in, so you're not just guiding yourself in the wrong direction. The Magician, we got that the other day or yesterday. Pardon me. Do I need to say it? We're still alchemizing. We're still realizing that there's a lot that we can create and that we have everything we need to do those things. It's going to bring the balance. I think a lot of it is an intuitive mental shift to where we're just realizing in a more heightened way with all these planets retrograde and everything that's gone on, it's been so much more internal that you can do this, and to really find the positivity and the empowerment that you can do it. Whatever it is. And for some people, it could literally be stopping what you're doing that's making you anxious, bringing up anxiety, making you feel not good about the direction you're going. For some people, it's about getting off the couch and doing something with your life, right? So it just put it into perspective. It's not just because somebody else is doing something one way. Like, you got to really look at your life right now and be like, am I doing it in my own liberated way? And if not, check that. Seven of Swords in reverse. I don't know, it's a very interesting card. The old Seven of Swords reverse. I feel like there's no room for bullshit, especially to ourselves and with others. And we'll know if someone's playing tricks on us or if we're playing tricks on ourselves. And this is where things are wide open to expand past those dumb illusions, because it's Mercury opposite Neptune too, to get to the actual fact of what it is that's out of alignment, that can be alchemized, transmuted, shifted in a better way forward with a better belief, maybe just within yourself. So keep that in mind. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Friday, and I'll see you all for the weekend forecast. Much love. Peace.